All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the last week of the Swiss round of the StarCraft 2 AI tournament. We're down to just 6 spots left who have yet to decide their fate. And with me to help decide their fate tonight, it is Laughing Games. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, thanks.
Cool. And Ketrock, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Looking forward to this.
Cool. Yeah, we are down to a final 6, a final week. None of this kind of like second chance, have to win more or anything complicated. It's very simple tonight. Win and you're in, lose and you're back on the scrap heap. So it should be a fun night.
Yeah, the bots that lose will be forever decompiled.
Yes, I like that. All right, let's have a look at the bots we were facing tonight. And tonight our final 6 are Sharkbot versus Avocados. Zena against Sharpened Edge, which is a match I'm very much looking forward to, and then GPT against Zozo. So I think we might be seeing some cheese tonight, guys. It's going to be fun.
I think the odds are pretty decent on that front, and yeah, it's just awesome. Like since the start of the Swiss, we've had what 16 awesome bots and like tons of great games, and then just to round it out, we've got six awesome bots and really good matchups. So it should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a wild night. So yeah, a slightly shorter night than our last week when we had 6 best of threes, and like I dragged all these 3 guys through all 6 of them. Tonight we've only got 3, so it should be a bit of a shorter night. But like I say, we might have some long games as well. So never know. But it should be fun. But anyway, let's get down to our first order of business. It is Sharkbot up first. Had a long road to get here. Took a win over Zena, which is a rather unexpected one, and then 0-1 against Sharpened Edge and Zozo. I mean, 2 very good bots, and then coming up against Small Blight and pretty much taking it fairly easy against Small Blight. So yeah,
Yeah, Sharkbot kind of just they did exactly what they needed to do to beat Small Bly.
yeah. Oh god, those cannons.
Yeah, it was a bit underwhelming for the final match of the night, but
Yeah,
it was still quite good. So
poor Small Blight.
um,
Oh,
I don't think for Avocados that Sharkbot will get away with just building a few cannons because Avocados does have pretty good like pooling and like retreat decisions if it's not going to win a fight. Who knows though? Maybe it doesn't consider static defense into its equations at all yet. So maybe it would just feed itself to death into cannons, but we'll see.
I hope not. I hope our villainous offense, a villainous offensive cheese, a villain of cheesy and dishonorable offensive strategies. I remembered it. Yes. Yeah. Beaten Caninana and Dominion Dog to get here. No bot has gone 0-2 so far and still qualified for the round of 8. So we could have a first here.
Yeah. So sorry. So which bot was it that went in 0-2 right at the gate? Avocados.
Avocados, yes.
Yeah. I mean, again, Sharkbot can be susceptible to cheese, so there is a world in which Avocados can make a very good run in its first tournament.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like Sharkbot's one of those bots that's hard to predict because he can beat the best and lose to the worst. It feels like, or some bots, like if they're in the middle, they always lose to better bots and they always win versus lower bots. But Sharkbot's really hard to predict in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So I guess we'll just have to jump into it and see.
Yep. Let's go, I guess. One sec.
Just before we get into it, just to maybe double check the audio because we don't have anyone in chat telling us to.
Yeah, so
Yep.
while
It's
Criff's
all
doing
good.
that, I'll just say spawning down in the bottom left, we have the red Protoss Sharkbot going up against the Blue Terran Avocados, trying to come back from 0-2 in the Swiss format to make it into the round of 8.
Yeah, Avocados has been one of my favorite bots of the season. Like, it's just such a great example of the shenanigans that you can do when it comes to programming a bot. Like, you can make a bot that macros, or you can build a bot that just makes mass marines and does it better than most other cheese bots. So, yeah, it'll be exciting to see how Sharkbot handles wave after wave of marines potentially.
And he is going for a command center first. Sharkbot already has a probe there doing some little harassment, and
Oh yeah,
we'll have to
this
see
is a
if there's
big
any
test.
micro for this, or otherwise
It
this
doesn't
could
look
be...
like it so far. Okay, another SCV gets sent down, probably to resume the command center. Yeah, Avocado says behavior to resume building structures, but not to actually fight the probe, which is potentially going to be a very difficult lesson. Fortunately, Sharkbot is not like all in on this. It's just going for pylon shenanigans where it's trying to freak Avocados out, but it actually cancels the racks.
Ooh, that's a big deal. I believe those pylons
Yeah.
would actually block the add-ons just based on where he placed them. He put them
Yeah,
to the
this
right
one
side
probe
of the barracks.
is being a monster. Oh, I'm really hoping that that probe doesn't get zapped and cancel the racks like last time.
Yeah,
But
command
it
center's
does
getting
complete
down
the
now.
racks.
Yeah, and the probe is down as well.
This is nowhere near as bad as it could have been.
Absolutely. But there was there's a stalker on the way, so I'm a little worried about how late the Marines are going to be for Avocados. He does have a nice ramp he can fight at, which gives him high ground advantage. But yeah, one Marine and then an add-on. If that stalker comes across the map, that could be trouble.
Yeah, we'll see. Sharkbot is just sitting at home with that stalker, it seems. I don't think it expected to get like as much damage potential as it had. Like canceling our racks just with a probe and a pylon is pretty nice. Of course, there's intent by the bot author to like freak out and try and break the opponent's bots with the pylon placement. Who knows? Maybe even force a crash just by trying to build a tech lab where you can't or something. But yeah,
But he also did
Avocados.
scout a command center first, which is why I thought he might try to poke out with the stalker.
Yeah,
Because, you know, you're basically getting your stalker at the same time as the first Marine, which means you can get a lot of work done. And stalkers do very well versus Marines in the early game before there's stim and medevacs. With that said, though, I mean, CC first did kind of pay off. He lost a couple workers in that process, but now he's got 2 orbitals and he's pumping out those Marines.
yeah. The Terran already has way more production than Sharkbot. Like, what, it's building racks 4 and 5 right now or something like that. And if Sharkbot's investing in a bunch of fancy tech, whereas Avocados is just pumping Marines as it does well, there is a world in which Avocados may be able to just break Sharkbot. We'll see. Sharkbot also has a sentry. We could maybe even get some force fields on the ramp. There's not a lot of bots that use force fields, but I want to say Sharkbot's one of them. Stalkers are going down the ramp to kill the 5 Marines that went for their ambitious attack.
Yeah. Did draw out some sentry energy, so that's something, I guess, but... I've never seen a hallucination live this long when I'm getting shot at.
Even dealing double damage, the one Marine kiting takes forever to kill it. I actually just ran into this in a cast. There's no way to tell if a unit's a hallucination until it takes damage, right? Have you tracked that?
I'm not even sure if any bot does that. You could figure it out, but as soon as you shoot at it, to know. But yeah, we mostly rely on detection. Otherwise, we assume it's real.
Okay, but like if it's revealed by detection, then you can tell if it's a
Oh
hallucination.
yeah, absolutely. Just like for
Okay.
a human player, it looks different when it's. You can see that's hallucinated when it's detected.
Okay, gotcha.
I remember originally I always had trouble with Phoenix because, you know, my opponent opened Stargate. I really wanted to know, but then people used to always scout with Phoenix, hallucinate Phoenix as well, and my bot couldn't figure out which was which.
Yeah, it's still quite a problem for a lot of bots, hallucinated Phoenix. But man, oh man, Sharkbot is totally just broke right now. It's not building anything. So while it tried to break Avocados at the start of the game, Sharkbot's just frozen with 3,000 minerals in the bank.
Mhm.
It's not starting an Nexus, not making any more units. This is just a terrible bug.
Yep, something's definitely gone wrong here. He does have a shield battery, so he might be able to survive this one fight. Hopefully this fight somehow breaks him out of that bug, whatever's happening.
Hopefully.
But there's stim as well, though, so this is not good. Shield battery is dried up now. He does have 4 stalkers remaining.
Yeah,
Marines are
another one
sort of
was
stepping
warped
forward.
in, but this is already quite a significant loss from Sharkbot. Not necessarily the damage Avocados got done here, but just the fact that Sharkbot's not building anything. Warped in 1 stalker, and now it's warping in another. But yeah, it's not doing anything else. So very unfortunate as Sharkbot squanders its potential.
I think he broke his build order, actually, because he never built anything beyond the 1 gateway. He got the cybercore done, and he never teched into anything. So I feel like he might be like stuck in the middle of his build order, trying to build a Stargate or trying to build a Robo.
Yeah, I wonder if it was Avocados' like early marine pressure that caused that, because like Sharkbot was trying to get probes towards the 3rd base to maybe start a 3rd, but
yeah, but he's still like, I still feel like after your cybercore's done, you want to build a tech structure, and then even before that attack, he never built anything after the cybercore.
Huh? We were so busy looking at Avocados, it took us a minute to notice that Sharkbot was just broken, and
yeah, guys.
Yeah.
When they say may the bugs be forever in your favor, this is exactly what they mean.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a view of his main base. Maybe he was trying to build like a Stargate on top of another structure or something weird like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's just really unfortunate because, like, you literally said it. Sharkbot's one of those bots that can win against any bot but lose to any bot, and bugs like that sometimes play into it. So we'll see if it can hopefully not do that in game number 2.
It did have such a good start though, but unfortunately, bugged out a bit. All right, let's see what we can see in game number 2. I'll show that in just 1 second. All right, let's go.
Okay, down 1-0. It is the red Protoss Sharkbot. He must stay alive this time. He's setting up 3 probes immediately, so his shenanigans are afoot. Meanwhile, Avocados is the blue Terran spawning in the top right, so it's even a closer rush distance as its vertical spawns. And we've seen Avocados have problem with 1 probe harass. Let's see how it deals with triple probe harass.
Yeah, these are all going to get aggressive. It could be really, really bad for Avocados.
But even if it's really bad, I think he can beat a Protoss who only builds 1 gateway. So
it's true.
Sharkbot snaps out of whatever broken gameplay.
Yeah, Sharkbots. This is such a Sharkbot thing as well. Like, it's just trying to break its opponent. Oh, we're actually getting a forge, though. And so this is going to be a full-blown cannon rush.
Yeah, I had a suspicion because he had those probes at the ramp, and I'm like, okay, he's preventing a wall off, is what I'm pretty sure he's doing there.
Yeah,
and
we do actually see SCVs pulling against the probes, so, like, Avocados has some sort of behavior to, like, defend against worker rushes, as we see the SCVs are at least trying to stab the probes. But then it goes for another depot, which I think you might have pointed out yesterday, before going for its racks, which is not ideal.
No, and the gas as well.
And there's that other deep. Yeah, its build order might be a bit rigid here, although it does start up a command or barracks finally. It's a very, very late barracks, as Sharkbot just continues to pile in more and more cannons.
You know, if you're not going to build more than 1 gateway, this is the build you want to be doing. Because Cannon Rush sometimes doesn't even build a single gateway, let alone 2.
Who needs gateways? See, Avocados canceling the barracks is it's probably behavior like from when it proxies, if I had to guess, but
yeah, or just like a generic thing, like if something's killing one of your production structures like 20 minutes into the game, that might look like a correct decision. But when it's your first barracks in the game, obviously you
Yeah.
definitely never want to cancel it.
Okay, we do have 3 racks being constructed. Sharkbot doesn't actually have a cannon in range of anything, and it's not moving them further forward. Avocados may survive. We'll see, as Sharkbot does have that gateway about to finish up. I imagine it will chrono boost to Zealot out. Oh, please do not cancel any of these racks. Oh, no! Oh, that's just so painful for Avocados. SCVs on the low ground are now being shot by the cannons. And
Yeah, only 1 mineral patch is in range though, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay. That's
He has to
actually
go
really
on
good.
Exactly that 4th mineral patch from the bottom one. First Marine is out. It does stay out of the range of the cannon, which is good, but I'm not sure where it's off to. It's just going to hang out at the natural.
Yeah, this is just so painful watching the racks be canceled. If the racks weren't canceled, like, Avocados is probably in a way better position here. And it's just a great... It's just a... Well, it's a good example of how you can almost over-engineer your bots a little bit. And,
It is hell producing structures as Terran.
yeah.
Finding placements that doesn't block everything, and dealing with all the SCV like shenanigans, where the SCV could die, and how do you replace it? And you don't want to send SCVs to their death replacing it, and all those things.
Yeah,
But,
the Marine Micro's
cannon's
been...
going ham.
The Marine Micro has been pretty good from Avocados, like keeping them away from the Zealots, but it has tracked into the cannons a few times. Sharkbot's getting up a battery, getting up a robo.
Means there must be Cybercore at home right now as well. And more
Yeah.
gateways coming up as well, which already makes Sharkbot doing better than last game.
Yeah, that's a good point. SCV is being pulled into the cannons, unable to get that Zealot as it gets healed up by the battery. Yeah, if Avocado sits back and like pools Marines, it would have a chance, but it's just not like you can't program for a situation like this, really.
Meanwhile, that probe is probably cancelled like 6 barracks by this point. He keeps killing those SCVs, and those cancellations just keep happening.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's something
now
like
in
if I
depth.
lose 2 SCVs, then just forget it. Might be something like that where he'll replace the first SCV, and then he won't replace the second one. He'll just cancel the structure.
Marine gets cornered. Avocados, yeah, it's producing 4 Marines at a time. It's restarted up Stimpack, but now it's going to have to contend with an Immortal in a moment, and yeah, the cannons just keep getting nice picks, so it's a bit
There's
of
a nice
rough...
economy, I'll give that for Avocados, and now he can produce 4 Marines at a time. 5 Marines at a time, I should say. So there's hope. Like
Yeah,
if he lost all of his SCVs, I would say it's over, but you never know here.
Yeah, and he's dropping mules as well, so that's Marine fuel right there. The Immortal, though, is just going to have it use its high shields, use its high barrier, just to basically kill the Marines for free.
Yeah. Plus the shield battery, plus he can walk back to the cannons. Denying whatever that upgrade was, probably Stim, kind of missed it.
Yeah, this is a bit of a slow, painful death, but it's a great example of the nastiness that Sharkbot can cook up in a tournament as, yeah, the Red Protoss ties it up, and we are going to match point to see who makes it.
Did you get the final kill with the cannon? That's pretty cool. All right, 1-1. Your mic is off. Crap, yep. Still off. I hear fuzz, and that's all.
Ah, okay. Is that better?
There we go. You're back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
back.
that's
Yep, we
good.
can hear
Sorry.
you.
Yeah, nice little win there from Sharkbot, and takes us to a match point. So yeah, this for all the marbles, guys. I always love a big cannon rush anyway. I know a lot of people hate it. I love a cannon
Well,
rush.
wasn't like your first bot like a cannon bot or something?
It
or-
was, yes. Hey, no, it was a cannon followed by carriers, okay? We had a follow-up, so...
The most honorable of strategies.
Pretty
That's
much.
a pretty good cannon rush too. He hid the first he hid the first pylon, and
Yeah.
he had looks like he had micro to like prevent himself from getting walled in or walled out. I mean, so
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
It was a more advanced cannon rush than a typical one we see from the bots.
All right, let's have a look at our final game then. All right, let's go.
All right, for all the marbles, Sharkbot looks like he's doing his own dishonorable strategy by sending out the 3 probes yet again. And down the bottom right is Avocados, the blue Terran, ready to accept those 3 probes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Avocados is trying the same strategy 3 times in a row, which is a little unfortunate. It seems anyway, as it either proxies or it command center firsts, I think. So we're not getting the proxy.
Yeah, CC first yet again. Although I will say, if he doesn't cancel his very first barracks, there could be
Yeah.
That's the one that really hurts him, the first one.
I'm going to build photon cannons in your base. Like, yeah, if the probes get too aggressive that the SCVs actually fight back, then it's not great for Sharkbot. Avocados, though, I'm guessing it's going to go for that depot again instead of the racks, which is just... it's not good, which is unfortunate, as the timing is everything when it comes to trying to defend something like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a quick fix for Avocados. That's just a bad build order. You gotta go barracks before second. Like, you probably don't even need your second
probe is caught.
depot for a really long time. Oh, you're right. You are right.
That's a big, big deal. Avocados sends like 4 SCVs to get them back on the racks. Sharkbot's... I think it's building cannons at home now. It's got 2 on the production tab, so they have to be going up at home, which is not going to help it at all.
No, it's not.
I wonder if that's just like some follow-up logic, like, oh, if you have money and you're not able to build cannons in your opponent's base, build them in your own defensively or something.
Yeah, it could be something like
Arax
that.
is about to finish, though.
Gateway does go home, and it does go down at home as well. So
okay,
something's happening for Sharkbot at least. But yeah, this is pretty bad. I mean, these probes are probably paying for themselves. I'm not sure what they've done for kills, but actually, you know what? They've been stuck at the bottom of the base, so they're not canceling those 2 barracks that are up at the top.
Yeah, like the probes really haven't. They got the delay on the 1 racks, but it wasn't a cancel. And yeah, like Avocados doesn't have like intense worker pull behavior against probes in its base, but like the SCVs do at least posture aggressively, which is just kind of keeping Sharkbot's probes moving back and forth.
Oh, it's just so unfortunate for Sharkbot. Like those cannons, can you imagine if they're up there, they would probably been shooting.
Oh yeah,
down
they'd be shooting all the racks
and everything.
And now the probes are going to get killed by this 1 Marine, and Avocados has pretty much got it's set up. It's set up perfectly just to take this one. We'll see whether it takes too long to counterattack or something, but Sharkbot, well, I think at the very least he's stuck on 1 base, because I imagine Avocados can just deny any expansion.
Yeah, I almost like it for Sharkbot that he's not expanding, because it's almost certainly going to die to this first wave of Marines.
Yeah.
But if he can just say shoot all these down with his cannon and then expand, maybe there's hope. But yeah, this is looking very good for Avocados at the moment.
The cannon placement isn't great either, though. Like, it's got 4 in the main, but only 1's actually on top of the ramp. And I know, like, the counter argument to that is say, oh, well, what if, like, a Reaper gets in? Well, in that case, you want it in the mineral line, which they're not there either. So the positioning really isn't great on those cannons. Marines of Avocados are engaging the Zealots. We see that good Marine micro. The Zealot can turn, but look at the beautiful fanning out there by Avocados as it just dispatches that Zealot. Now the Nexus of Sharkbot could be in trouble, or the Marines might just go for the main. We shall see. Looks like they are going up that ramp, potentially to engage that cannon. Does Sharkbot pull probes or anything to help? Doesn't look like it. Avocados is just going the distance, though, and now turning around.
Yeah, it looks like he might be heading back home, or rejoining with the reinforcements or something along those lines.
Okay,
Stalker will be
Sharkbot's
able to
got a
help some.
Stalker.
Yeah, so he'll be able to fall back to safer positions. There is a second pylon for that cannon, so it stays powered.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Avocados is pushed home. Sharkbot has got a robo on the way up. It's getting a sentry. It is able to get up its nexus. Avocados has stim done now, and it's producing 5 Marines at a time. Marines are trying to dive on the Stalker. Some of them are distracted by the hallucination.
Yeah, Stalker's probably on his last legs, but he did do very well. That one Stalker got a whole ton of kills. Second Stalker is on the way. If this Nexus falls, oh man. But there is also, oh no, it's a War Prism. It's not even immortal. Okay, Stalker distracts.
Prism
Guides him up
eating
into the
damage.
cannon. That Nexus is getting super low though.
Yeah, it stays alive for now. Avocados, though, hasn't been doing like some total retreat either. It's kind of just regrouping and then going in for another attack. So it's showing us that really nice regrouping retreat behavior as it just pulls its units up again. The Marines are stimming forward once more. They do also have combat shield on the way. Sharkbot loses the sentry. The Prism's being pursued. The Stalker's probably going to die. And
Nexus too.
yeah, if Sharkbot was going for like DTs or something, I'd say it has a chance here. But it's in a bit of a tough spot as the sentry goes down. An Immortal is about to pop out, but it might actually be unpowered prior to that. It's so close. The Immortal does pop out. That's a big deal.
Whew, that was so close. Yeah, unfortunately those 3 cannons in the back of his base have not fired a single shot. So
Yeah.
even when the Marines run by, they're not running towards those cannons.
Yeah,
Double Nexus.
it's just bad positioning.
And we do have a 3-base Avocados right now as well. Yikes.
Yeah.
Almost
Sharkbot's
meant to live up
attempting
to
to
its
take
name.
its own third. Clearly, Sharkbot's been getting updated if it's saying 6, 7.
It is, he does have some machine learning in his chat. I'm not sure if he's brought it to the tournament or not, but could have been self-learned. Maybe Sharkbot's even the originator of that meme.
Up.
No one knows where it
Immortal
came
is
from, but it was
being
Sharkbot.
chased and does go down. Sharkbot's got a Twilight on the way, but it's going to lose its third. Its natural will probably be next unless Avocados crashes out. Things are looking quite problematic for Sharkbot.
I don't know. Sharkbot's got 2 pylons in Avocado space. That's all he really needs, right?
If it warped in a Zealot or something, yeah. Unfortunately, we do have all the Marines of Avocados just gutting that Nexus, and this isn't like the amount of Marines that one Stalker can deal with anymore.
Oh, does all those cannons get to fire? The other cannons get to fire. All right, they did something.
Oh man, a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah. Terrain, winning the game for Avocados, or losing the game for Sharpened Edge, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, Avocados has to kill the pylons in the main.
Oh, there we go. Get to it. Well done, Avocados. Definitely good to have a new bot come up and qualify for the round of 8. So we'll be seeing him in a couple of weeks when we do that. So yeah. And Sharkbot, disappointing tournament for Sharkbot, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Sharkbot has some really fancy stuff going for him. He's just gotta gotta shore up all those like little holes in his basics first.
Yeah. No. All right. Well, next up, we have 2 bots that have been around a little while, but probably coming back soon but been quite successul. So first up we have Zena, our only random bot programmed in Haskell, also our only Haskell programmed bot, I think. So yeah, it's been a not a great tournament for Zena so far, but hopefully they can pull it back.
Yeah. Xena is one of the bots you'd expect to make it through. Like it didn't win the last tournament, but it won the one before that. And yeah, just poor builds are what got it in. Poor build selection, I think, is what got it into this situation, and now it's got a bit of a tough opponent to
Oh,
try and overcome.
you never want to be facing Sharpened Edge at this stage of a tournament because Sharpened Edge can pull out anything. It's crazy. Also, having a great tournament, really. Only lost to Eris and Tia, but coming up, obviously beating Sharkbot and Avocados, both of our previous two competitors. So, yeah, it's been a fun ride. All right. I'll get the game loaded up.
Yeah, I haven't said it yet, guys, but if you're watching this, this was pre-recorded, but click that like button, as it should be live at the usual time. Leave a comment, follow the AI Arena on Twitch, sub to the channel, all that good stuff.
Ah, damn, I was going to pretend we were live, guys. Come on. No, it's we have pre-recorded this one, but don't worry, we will be live in 2 weeks' time when we come back for the quarterfinals. So that will be good. All right, let's.
The bookies won't like that one.
Oh no, I know.
Said that.
All right, let's have a look at our next game.
It would be cool if we could get like a fantasy bracket going for these tournaments or something. That might be a fun thing to do one day.
Yeah, we did that a couple times for Probots. It actually is pretty fun. Yeah, so Zena's spawning as Zerg this time, as the red random bot down in the bottom left. And on vertical spawns of Persephone, we have the blue Protoss Sharpened Edge. Yeah, this will be a test for Zena. Zena does some things very well, other things not quite as well. But Sharpened Edge is just one of those, not overwhelmingly strong bots, but solid in basically all aspects. Actually, Sharpened Edge opening with a Forge, so this is interesting. This is what I would have liked to see in the previous round, to have it choose different strategies, but it was set on just the one strategy last time. So going for a bit of a cannon rush just to block the natural base of Zena here. And see if he throws down a cannon or just makes it does a pylon box good enough for him. Oh, the Forge isn't done yet. That could be why.
Okay. A cannon rush against early pool is usually pretty good for the Zerg. Zena's burning lots of money pulling the drones against this when the Lings will pop out soon to handle it, so hopefully they get back to work right away. Yeah, pretty good response.
Yeah. Bots struggle a lot with terrain, so the idea of cannon rushing properly, where you like kind of wall in a cannon with pylons placement, is something I haven't seen the bot do very well yet. In fact, I think Tyr was the only bot that really attempted it.
Yeah, that was probably like hard coded too. Do you think, or just because coming up with like an algorithm or something to do this would be pretty challenging?
Yeah, he would just kind of like put a pylon on two sides of it and then put the cannon up against the edge of the terrain. So that would cover most of the surface area, which I think would be enough to mess up most spots. Lings are coming across the map now. We do have a wall off. Is there a cannon done as well?
Unfortunately, no cannon. So Sharpened Edge is in a world of trouble. Yeah,
that is a hard wall though. No, he can get through there. He doesn't want to get through. He's like, may as well kill it all, which I don't mind either. Nexus first is optimistic. And there goes the only pylon remaining.
Yeah, a bit of a tough draw, and maybe not the best build for Sharpened Edge to try and rush cannons against a bot like Zena.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, if he got a cannon up before he placed the gateway, and if he got a cannon up at home, I mean, before he finished the wall off,
yeah,
he might have been okay, because that was a lot of probes off the line, and he was canceling most of the cannons, so he was getting most of his money back.
Yeah, no, it's...
You definitely... There was the option to transition there.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate build there for Sharpened Edge. Not the bot you want to cannon rush against, really.
No. Yeah, it's just like Sharpened Edge is a very, very like well-rounded bot, but yeah, but like sometimes that well-roundedness isn't like perfect situationally. So like it was trying to build a Nexus while it was being Ling Rush, so not the most intuitive thing, but
Yeah, transitioning off a cheese build is often difficult for bots, so he's probably still in the hard-coded part of the transition.
Yeah.
yeah, I think like going for the Nexus is fine. Just like you should build a cannon or two in the wall after something like that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, let's see what happens in game number 2.
Okay, looking to become the 7th bot in the final 8, we have Zena spawning once again a Zerg down in the bottom left. Meanwhile, Sharpened Edge will be in the top right, and we are on Ultra Love. So no cannon rush this time. Oh well, actually, I don't recall when he sent the probes across the map last time, but maybe cannon rush this time. We'll say. Let's see if that's a forge or a gateway that goes down first.
Yeah, Zena's rolling Zerg lots in this tournament. Arguably its best race, so that's quite nice for it. I do believe it didn't say it was going for a Ling Rush. I think it's a Roach Rush, I want to say, this game.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either. So, let to see. No gas being taken yet, so he's not rushing the burrow like we've seen other bots do.
Yeah, just
looks like it's going to be a hatchery. Yeah.
that's actually the okay. So we do get 6 Lings and a Queen fired up. I thought this was a Roach build, but I guess not. We'll get a totally different situation here, though, as Sharpened Edge isn't cannoning, so it's already got a Zealot on the way up back at home. It's got a nice wall coming up. Like that's a pretty solid wall for a bot that doesn't really get updated these days. So whatever behavior is programmed in there is quite nice. We'll see if the Zealot or 2 can potentially defend. I think it's just 1 Zealot right now.
I think it might be 0 Zealots right now.
There's at least 1, I think.
Is there?
Yeah, it's not in the wall.
Oh, I see. I see. He's hiding there.
That could honestly even be better that it's not in the wall, because Zena is just going to probably worker drill, as these drones can just bypass that Zealot. They're actually not worker drilling to get by. A second Zealot pops out. We do have a third Zealot being produced, and an Adept on the way now, and a nice probe pull from Sharpened Edge. Those probes are getting some good zapping on the enemy. It looks like the Zealot does die, leaving the workers vulnerable, though. And Sharpened Edge is chrono boosting its warp gate, unfortunately, not prioritizing getting out of unit. Beautiful probe micro, though, pulling these injured workers back. They're about to run out of buffering shields, but now a Zealot's out to buy more time.
Honestly, I think I like this for Sharpened Edge. I mean, we gotta remember Zena pulled a whole bunch of probes or drones, so his economy isn't great either. And I think this Adept will stay alive. And there's still enough production for 2 more gateway units.
There's barely any Lings being produced by Zena because, as you said, it committed so much of its economy. So many probes are dying in this last minute, though. Why? No, probes, what are you doing?
That's going to cost him all of his worker line.
And now you're just falling asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
The Adept is going to clean it up. Instead, he lost probably an extra 10, 12 workers there that he didn't have to.
Yeah, Sharpened Edge just went from a great economic lead to a just terrible economy.
Yeah, he should have enough to deal with this, though. I don't think those Lings are getting anything done. And he does have the ability to possibly counterattack.
Yeah, but we'll see. Zena did build some drones. I'm guessing it's saving for a hatchery at this point. It's still producing some more Lings.
Yeah, I mean, if they both back go now, it's a huge advantage for Zena. But Sharpened Edge just trying to come back. He's hasn't stopped his pro production at all, so he's definitely trying to get back in that regard.
Yeah, that's really important, and I think it does have the units to defend just this trickle of lings from Zena.
Yeah, and will Zena even transition? Right, this if it doesn't, then this could
Yeah,
actually be very good for Sharpened Edge because he has 4 gateway units, which is plenty. At least for now, it's plenty. That should give
Zena's
him
usually
time to
pretty
get
good
the.
about transitioning from its builds, or at least like building like an extra hatchery or a nexus. But yeah, there we go. Transitioning tag now, so maybe we will be getting that hatch. Okay, there's a gas queen, yeah, hatch on the way. So Xena is macroing out of this, but it produced a lot of extra lings, whereas could have just stopped producing them much sooner and transitioned sooner. But it's still going to try poking up this ramp. Turns around though, which is really nice. Instead of suiciding those lings, they are running to a safer location.
Oh,
Adepts complete their shade and then get
and
a
it
ling
works out for
kill.
them if they get a kill, but they could have been easily surrounded there. Yeah. So plenty of gateway units, nicely stuffed in the wall. Pro production still non-stop, which I like. And it looks like Sharpened Edge is slowly going to get enough resources to buy a Nexus. He is kind of digging out from behind while Zena is actually taking a second and a third base in his transition.
Yeah,
But
this is Xena just zerging it. Like if you leave a Zerg alone for a couple of minutes, no matter what economic situation they start at, they can just come back so quickly with how larva works. And Xena's author is very, very aware of that. So, like, the double hatchery is quite nice. Just the already producing drones. Sharpened Edge, meanwhile, is just on one base.
yeah, I mean, Xena did produce a lot of Zerglings after that initial attack. So he could have been a lot further ahead. I'll put it that way.
Oh yeah,
But when being
yeah,
up 16 drones to 8 probes, that was it was so bad.
yeah. Xena could have been on like 40 drones by now if it had transitioned sooner, but
It could have been
it at
like
least kept the
16
lings
versus
alive.
14 if you just didn't complete that shade.
Oh, I know.
It
Well,
was so dumb, so bad.
the probes too, they didn't even like fight. They were just sitting, they were just
Yeah.
being dodos and not defending themselves, which is just not something you'd expect from Sharpened Edge, but I guess maybe it was just like a hard-coded cheese response to pull the probes initially. So maybe it doesn't have like worker fight behavior um, in other situations.
Okay, but Nexus coming down, Robo coming down. Economy is back on track for Sharpened Edge, but Xena is now starting to saturate 3 bases, building a whole ton of spores.
Yeah, that's going to handicap itself a little bit, as Sharpened Edge doesn't have any air units, and 4 spore crawlers isn't cheap. So again, Xena giving a little bit of its economy up when maybe it didn't need to. Sharpened Edge is still so far behind though.
Yeah, I mean 42 workers of 27. Honestly, it's not terrible. I mean, Sharpened Edge is going to have some things go well for him. But like just say like one good fight and you might be like back in this game. It's not overwhelming to the point where there's no hope.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. Just like it takes so long for Protoss to rebuild economically compared to Zerg. Just one probe at a time. Even though Sharpened Edge has been very consistent at it, it's falling behind as Xena just pumps more and more drones off those 3 bases. And yeah, we'll see. Like, is Sharpened Edge gonna tech here? Is it gonna just go for a nice robo gateway timing potentially?
Yeah, for one, I know Sharpened Edge, he loves his Stalkers and Immortals, so I think that's probably what we're going to end up seeing out of him. And Xena switching into Roach Tech might actually be a bad idea, because those are things that Stalkers and Immortals do well against.
Okay, we're getting a
there are a
robo
couple
up.
Zealots in the depths as well, so...
I wonder if Xena built the spore crawlers in response to hallucinated Phoenix that Sharpened Edge has been sending out.
It definitely could be.
Okay,
It's
11
painful for Zerg
roaches.
because you lose the drone as well. So it's not just
Yeah.
the cost, but also the lost 3 drones. 4 drones, I should say. Oh, we've seen a lot of success with Colossus versus Zerg. especially once they get Thermal Lance. Part of that was because there was a bug in the maps back then where Colossus were doing double damage.
Oh,
But
yeah.
kind of like
That
an
was-
unfair Probots victory, pretty sure that one time. But also because they basically stay alive forever. Once you get that
Yeah.
9 range or whatever they have, they just kite from distance and just stay at max distance, and that works really well, especially against a race like Zerg that's heavy on the Zerglings and Roaches. Big engagement going on here now.
Production tab kind of tells a story. The Zerg's just getting everything and also being aggressive, but I don't think... there's no burrow for these Roaches yet, so Sharpened Edge will be able to kill them. Nice Adept Shade to kind of block some of the Roaches, as Sharpened Edge does defend that attack from Zena. It wasn't like an all-in or anything like that, as the Zerg has been investing in Hydras, Infestors, 1-1, Tunneling Claws, range for the Hydras, and a 4th base. But Sharpened Edge just slowly building up, getting out that Colossus.
Yeah, I mean, and he did well in that fight. He didn't pick off the Overlord, which is a little unfortunate, but he does have his 3rd base on the way. And I think if I recall correctly from last week, it was 2 Colossus, and then he starts his Thermal Lance. So if he gets up to 2, then he'll get the upgrade that makes Colossus actually really powerful.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see any updates of Sharpened Edge, but I would love to see him change that. Maybe even get Thermal Lance before you get your first Colossus, because it makes all the difference when it comes to Colossi usage.
Yeah, the author does. Yeah, I don't think we'll get an update like that, but the author is somewhat active. Like, I reported a bug to them the other day, just because. Well, not the other day. It was probably like a couple months ago, at least, where they had a game where they were very far ahead and they had like a nice carrier fleet, but then the carriers just didn't launch their interceptors. So it's like, hey, you might want to look at this one. They're like, oh yeah, I'll fix that.
It is kind of a problem with the API. Carriers are difficult because you don't know how many interceptors you have launched out.
Oh, okay.
So if you are going to code carriers, just kind of consider moving them.
Yeah.
But like there is all this potential micro bots can do with carriers, like, but you have to know if you're launched the interceptors or not, and it's hard to figure that out with the API.
Okay. Nice block on the expansion from the ridiculous creep of Zena. Sharpened Edge, it must have an observer. It's killing off creep.
Yeah, didn't get all the key tumors though, so there's certain...
No, this
certainly
is an
isn't clearing up
area...
that expansion yet.
This is an area where it has shown weakness in the past. Like, it struggles to deal with the expansion being blocked as well as some of the modern bots do.
That queen
Still
almost
though?
dragged him over to clear the creep tumors. Unfortunately, it didn't drag over the observer.
Yeah, just about. Sharpened Edge is continuously trying, like, there's another tumor, 3 tumors to go, but all it takes is 1 tumor to block.
But Thermal Lance is finishing up against Ling Hydra.
Yeah, there's
Especially if
tons
it
of
gets that
adepts too.
third Colossi, this could be good. Little high ground is awesome as well. Throwing him into a choke point is great. This is going to be an awesome fight for Sharpened Edge here. Losing almost nothing.
Oh, nice neural on an immortal.
Where's that
and
observer?
the observer,
There
there he is. So the infestors get killed.
So did Sharpened Edge kill his own immortal? I guess he did, huh?
Okay, the Protoss is moving out, unable to take a 3rd base, but this honestly could be okay if it just pushes for the win here, as the army of Sharpened Edge has shown us that with its nice micro, it can just destroy the Hydras and
Yeah,
whatever
he did
the
clear
Zerg
the 4th
has.
base position as well, so
Oh, nice.
yeah. Tough choke points to be fighting in, but those Colossus are still doing amazing despite having a terrible position here to fight. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's a bad position.
It is
But
a
even some of the
terrible
Colossi
position.
is just making it still look really good.
Yeah, free shots on the Colossi is incredibly nice. The Zerg has queens, which can tank quite a few Colossi shots, but Zena's really just starting to thin out here. Sharpened Edge, anytime the Zerg pushes forward, it can just retreat, and the Colossi keep shooting away. Nice fungals, but there's just not that much Zerg left, and the 3rd Colossi is rolling up.
Yep, even some Prism Micro. Very nice. And now that he's made it through that choke point, his whole armies will be able to fight at once here.
Neural grabs the prism.
Making quick work of these Zerglings coming in reinforcement. And that's going to be a dead fourth base for Zena. He's going to have to figure out a way to pull up an army again. If he just keeps funneling in like this is going to be game over.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to beat Stalker Adept Colossi with... Oh, there actually is a Viper, which was added in, but no units to abduct it into.
I mean, that is an answer to the Colossus. If only you had that before the
yeah,
fight started. Especially when he was in that choke point. If you pulled the Colossus out immediately, that would have been an amazing fight for Zena.
Oh my gosh, so much free damage.
Yeah. Colossus can kite backwards and attack for 9 range, but it helps even more when your opponent's just ignoring the Colossus. Just eating the shots and not even trying to attack them. I mean, I guess if Zena could jump those 2 Colossus that are zoned out on their own, he might have a small chance, but he's not even doing that. He did make the map purple. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good creep spec considering he didn't even build his natural expansion until like the 5-minute mark.
Well done by Sharpened Edge, staying alive in the series. Pretty solid play, all in all, just showing us that it's a very well-rounded old bot.
Yeah, kind of exactly what I would expect out of these two. Zena probably being a little bit more strategical and having the builds advantages and the cheese advantage, but then if he doesn't, you know, capitalize on that, just the stability of a solid bot like Sharpened Edge can really hurt you in the mid and late game.
Oh yeah. Always has been, as Sharpened Edge just about clears up the last of the structures. There we go. Alright, so we are at 1-1, and we will have an ace match coming up in just a moment. But yeah.
That's a good game. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. I was really worried for Sharpened Edge at the start there, because it was down so many workers. Like I said, that shade was like, why are you going there? No!
But he still had the wall. He had enough gateway units to survive the Ling Flood.
Yeah.
And he was actually trying to rebuild, which sometimes bots don't do well. Sometimes like, oh, let me just spend my money on gateway units and then they can never afford a probe again. But he was actually prioritizing the probes and slowly worked his way back. And that was the way to do it. Slowly come back and win all the fights. And then you can make up for the fact you're so far behind economically.
All right. Let's have a look at our ace match. One sec.
Okay.
Yeah, so spawning up in the top right, we have the blue Protoss Sharpened Edge, and this time spawning as Protoss himself, it is Zena down in the bottom right. We got a gateway gas out of Zena. Meanwhile, I don't know, Sharpened Edge, he did throw down a gateway.
And there's the gas.
PvP. I thought he was saving up for a Nexus first or something. But,
that would be crazy in PvP against a random bot like Zena. But yeah, PvP bot matches can be so fun just because it can just be a madhouse. And it's really fun to see like the different styles of how people program Protoss bots, as there is a lot of ways to skin that cat. So
I do really like the unit micro out of Zena, so even if it gets into like a, you know, Stalker Immortal versus Stalker Immortal sort of battle, it might still be the favorite to Zena, even though that's, you know, that's the favorite build of Sharpened Edge, and it's Sharpened Edge actual race, not a random race. But we'll see. Zella gets in the wall and blocks off that probe, and Sharpened Edge is done with his scouting and harassment. We do have an expansion out of Sharpened Edge, so that is going to be a key deviation here.
Yeah.
Although Zena, it might be saving up for something himself. 200, 300 minerals.
Stargate, if I had to guess.
Well, oh no, is this the game 1 bug? No, that's a different player. I was thinking of Sharky bots.
Forge. Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 1-base Stargate from Zena, but we just have yet to see the Stargate. Yeah, maybe it is bugging out a little bit or something. Torches is a bad map for Zena, just because it hasn't been updated to handle the mineral walls. So there has been games where it will like try and path something towards the area it can't enter. But this doesn't look like that. It just looks like a regular old bug. Maybe waiting for...
Zena's sitting at 400 minerals now. What's he going to do with that money?
Yeah, this is a total bug from Zena.
I think you're right. I think this is a 1-base Stargate all in, but the Stargate's not there. I think that's what the issue is here. Because he has a defense with the cannons and the batteries.
Yeah, and this is really unfortunate because Zena is one of the bots that does this the absolute best. Like, it's the one that really pioneered like the mass cannons because you have surplus minerals when doing the Tempest Rush. Mm-hmm. But it's just, yeah, not building the Tempest. Did the Stargate ID change or something, or on the map maybe? I don't know, because it's weird how it's just not there. Maybe the probe of Sharpened Edge messed with it, something like that. And this is a bit heartbreaking for Zena.
Yeah, I mean, you will probably be able to absorb an attack or two. Oh, jeez. He's just literally building nothing, though. This is so rough. Like, even the gateway stopped producing units. Like, at least he'll still build one soccer.
Okay, it starts up Warp Gate. And there is a probe moving out. So it will be like, yeah, this is... Okay, I don't know where that probe's going, but... like, usually it does follow up its Tempest build with, like, Zealots, so, like, charge lots. And then it'll go charge lot Tempest, just because, again, extra minerals doing Tempest. But it's just not got got what it needs. Maybe it was that wall breach tag by the probe of Sharpened Edge or something that broke it. Just the weird probe timing.
Yeah, rebuilding the probe it lost. Warp gates. I mean, still building probes. Yeah, this is super broken. Okay,
well, Nexus at the third location.
Yeah. It might want to expand and say the base is directly north of it, and it can't get there, and that's why it's all broken. I don't know. It's funny, Zena like has one of the most advanced like build order things too. So it's not like if they can't build something in this build order, it just breaks the bot. It will still continue building everything else. So
I haven't seen a bug like this from Zena that I can recall ever. So it's just really quite unfortunate. As I like if this was the regular Tempest build, I think it potentially just kills Sharpened Edge because like it hits hard, it hits fast, and bots really struggle with Tempest. But not much for Sharpened Edge to struggle with here.
Yeah, well, I mean, so is a cannon and battery, and he's already wasted the overcharge, so I don't think he'll be able to survive it. If he does, there's a little bit of hope he might snap out of it.
Yeah, the one gateway is dead, so no more stalkers or anything can be produced.
Well. Oh well. Weird one.
Yeah, this is the pain of bots, guys. Even the best bots have bugs like this happen. And it's part of the competition.
Oh, now it rebuilds too. Jeez.
Oh man, yeah, that's a stuck tag. It was trying to proxy, yeah. So it was probably trying to proxy Stargate or something into the area it couldn't.
Yeah. So unfortunate
Ah.
there for Zena. Like I said, I've not seen Zena have a bug like that before, so I don't know
It's
what's up with that.
it's got to be the map, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I assumed it wouldn't be a problem because of how Xena like selects its builds. Like a proxy build like that, it wouldn't do it on the ladder because it would have tried and lost a bunch. But maybe just the data or whatever that was used for the tournament didn't have that in it or something.
Or maybe it works a
Because
lot, and so he chose it, but it just doesn't work on this map. So
it's true,
yeah,
yeah,
I
it
don't know.
could
it all
win
depends
all.
how if you're doing map specific data or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm not
everything
sure if
along the
Xena does
right
that.
hand side of that map. So everything, all the space between those two bases is like unreachable terrain. It's terrain you
Yeah,
can't get to unless you break through a mineral wall or break through destructible rocks.
Yeah, but
huh.
it's going to be good to see Sharpened Edge in the round of 8 anyway. So congratulations, Sharpened Edge, and Zena. We will see you again in another tournament pretty soon. So yep, that's it. And we are moving quite fast tonight, aren't we? Let's have a look at our last match of the night. It is GPT by Tom. Quite a newish bot. Been doing okay so far. You know, wins against Kalinana and Small Bly. Probably bots that Kalinana's quite an old one, but Small Bly you'd probably expect it to beat. And obviously taken out by Anibot and Benbot BC so far.
Yeah, GPT is a very formidable bot. It's sort of two timings that are both quite extreme, and I honestly think it's got a pretty good shot against Zozo. Just like particularly if Zozo does that same build, because I think like a nice bio timing could maybe break Xena sitting even up the ramp with the battery, or if GPT does like its two base timing, there's a lot of potential there too, just because I think it will hit before Zozo gets like enough Tempest or anything out. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Zozo is our number 3 seed coming into this, but it's had a bit of a rocky road so far. So yeah, loss against Anibot yesterday was a bit weird to see. You know, some of the builds that came out. So hopefully he'll do better tonight. You don't know. All right. Anyway, I will just get those loaded up. But yeah, it's been a fun tournament for our higher seeds because we had Zena, who was I think the 4th seed coming in, and just being eliminated, and Zozo is the 3rd seed, so we could see some big high seeds falling tonight.
Yeah, it's really shaken things up in the tournament. So it's exciting because then going into the round of the 8, anyone who advances will have time to update their bot and maybe try a snipe or something like that.
Yep. All right, let's have a look at the game.
Okay, so spawning up in the top left of Meganatha, we have the red Terran. It is GPT. Meanwhile, down in the bottom right, we have the blue Protoss Zozo. And in the middle of the map, we have the blue probe. It is Zozo's cheese.
Yeah, the pylon is back at home,
Oh my goodness.
but there we go. Okay.
Oh my goodness. It's a probe rush.
We'll see how
Interesting.
GPT can handle this. GPT's been around long enough that it should have a response to something like this. But look at that. There's the early probe blocking the attempt at the wall. If the wall goes up, then it's simply going to fail for Zozo. But GPT is unable to get that up, and now trouble's a brewing.
Yeah, I do like that he's building barracks, though. That's something that might come into play if he's able to stride along. The little choke point here might be
Yeah,
fine
the
real time as
probe
well.
micro of Zozo is just so deadly.
Yeah, this is like I mean, it's not hard to build a probe rush bot, but there's no mistakes in the way Zozo does it.
Yeah, and
Yikes. Yikes. Did not finish that either. I don't think one Marine would have helped either.
This is a stark difference from the Zozo we saw the other day. Oh, and it just leaves GPT broken.
Yeah. So let's 8x this, and well, Zozo, expands to 6 bases and then finally kills him or something.
Yeah, come on, Zozo, you can do it.
This one probe's really working hard.
Wouldn't it be great
Well,
if this
that
one
died to a probe or a
just,
void ray? It's hard
yeah.
to tell.
It's just this one probe just takes everything, and meanwhile, like, there's God knows how many
Or
storms.
Tempest.
Well, we've seen it all now as a probe kills a full HP command center.
Oh, we're finally getting
needs to
some
take that
attacks.
fourth
Yeah.
base before going out.
Oh man, that was brutal.
Oh, Zozo just likes to drag things out a bit, so that's all good.
Yeah. But that first probe was probably key. If that wasn't there blocking the wall, I'm going to guess that second Rax is going to be finishing the wall off, and that could have been a different story, right?
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
It's funny how he plans for the transition right from the start, though. Before he sends out those probes, he actually builds a pylon at home so he can continue making more probes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see if GPT fares any better in game number 2.
Okay, down 1-0. It is GPT as the Terran in the red. Meanwhile, in the blue, on the top right, we have Zozo looking to make it into the round of 8. I think it would be a big upset if he didn't make the round of 8. He's had some deep tournament finishes as well as, I believe, a Probot's victory as well recently. So
Yeah, it didn't win the latest tournament, but it won the one before that, so it would have been a huge upset if it gets knocked out. And I was honestly very worried with Zozo picking terrible builds yesterday. I honestly think its macro build is quite weak compared to its rush builds as far as results go. And it's actually deciding to macro this game too, so it's giving GPT a chance.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a volatile style the way Zozo plays with this mix of cheese but it's always been volatile in his favor. He always just has the right build for the right occasion and switches the build at the right time, and always seemed to be one step ahead of his opponents. But not so much in this tournament, which has brought him to the to this elimination round. So we'll see how it goes this time. Does have the earlier expo, obviously. The probe is keeping one SCV distracted for quite a while until this Marine gets out, and a much earlier expansion.
Yeah, so GPT is going for its 2-base build, which is interesting to see, as I honestly have no idea how this fares against Zozo. Like, they're both going to take a long time to build up. Zozo, of course, going for the Dangerous Tempest eventually, but it takes a long time for it to get there.
Yeah, he does have a ramp and a shield battery, so that will help him as well. I suspect, like you said, if it gets into Mass Tempest, it's probably going to be bad news for GPT. So it's going to be more about whether GPT can break him earlier or not. Zozo's got the better economy, but GPT's in a good spot himself, and I guess GPT will get to do the build he wants to do, and he'll get to execute it the way he wants to. We'll have to see if it's enough or not.
It's an honorable macro opening from both bots. I think the question here is how many stalkers does Zozo invest in before it goes for the Tempest? Because usually I think it goes for 8 just safety stalkers or something like that. Whereas if it goes, it throws up another gateway, so that's going to delay its fleet beacon potentially. And if it produces some stalkers or something like that, then that will delay the Tempest too, which is good news for GPT, because this timing, like, it's not like the crazy one base that hits at like, I don't know, the 4-minute mark or something like it usually does. GPT, it's gonna get out tanks, it's going to get out eBays, medivacs, everything, and go just for a crazy like 2 base timing. But it takes a while to get there, and Zozo is crawling towards those Tempest.
Yeah, Fleet Beacon has started, so that puts the clock on GPT. I would imagine 1 or 2 Tempests might be okay, depending on how if it messes with GPT's micro or not. But beyond that, I think it's going to be trouble. So the attacks probably got to come within the next, I'll say, give him 4 minutes. 4 minutes, GPT needs to be at that door, or he's a dead man.
Yeah. I know the author has commented that they struggled with Tempest in the past, but I think that's more
Everyone
like
struggles with
Tempest
Tempest.
rushes, whereas this isn't really a Tempest rush. This is a Tempest macro build by Zozo. We see Zozo making 2 Stalkers. It's not rushing out the Tempest, so it might have the time that it needs, because like Zozo doesn't just send that 1 Tempest across the map. It waits till it has 3. It's getting out a 3rd Nexus.
Yeah.
It's just like a slow, semi-safe macro build. And this is giving GPT time to get out stim. It's getting out tanks and producing medivacs, but like this isn't the quickest timing in the world from GPT. Like I'm pretty sure it still has to start up eBays at some point, and it won't move out till like 1-1's done or something.
But like tanks and stim marines will absolutely slaughter these unupgraded stalkers, especially with a medevac or 2. Tempest number 1 has begun.
Dun dun dun.
And still no move out from GPT. The 3rd base also buys them a little bit more time as well. So that
Yeah.
means Zozo's spending money where he's not getting Tempest.
This
So
map,
Zozo's doing everything he could do to like give GPT a chance, but yeah. I guess if it depends where you catch them to. You catch a Tempest out in the middle, and like Stim Marines can just kind of gun it down quickly, even if it's kiting away. But usually,
yeah, well,
even if it doesn't care about terrain, it'll end up finding a terrain blocker as it's kiting backwards. And then
Yeah.
it's just Marines just get stuck at that point. They don't know what to do.
yeah, Torches is just such it's a unique map. It's a vertical spawn map. And there's all that space, which neither bot has mined out the wall to access, although eventually those rocks in the center will die. But like, if Zozo just sort of goes as the crow flies, the stalkers will have to take the path, just the long path from base to base, whereas the Tempest, they can take that shortcut. And that could really impact how a potential engagement goes. I think the main thing will be, is GPT going to move out prior to Tempest starting to whittle it down? Because if the Tempest just starts shooting away the Marines, it will never hit its threshold to move out and attack, and then it'll just die. Whereas if it's like on its big old A move, just delete the enemy base attack, there's definitely potential here. We do have 1-1 about halfway done. Zozo's getting up a 4th Nexus, so maybe not attacking just yet. And what's the Tempest count? There's got to be 2 out now? Yeah, 2.
The 3rd
so this
is on
is
the
the
way,
3rd
yeah.
one. And this is the usually attacking Tempest, I think. Zozo will probably move out, but GPT's so close to moving out itself, I think.
Yeah. And a 4th Nexus, that's bad for Zozo. That's money you don't want spent. Like, you want all that money being put into army right now, because all you gotta do is survive this push out of GPT. 4th base is not going to help you at all. It's not going to pay for itself. It's just like a win more button. And it looks like Zozo is actually going to be the first to move out. So,
Oh, GPT's moving out too.
okay, interesting. And those walls have almost broken as well, so soon that space will be available.
Okay, the tanks aren't going to help too much as they're sieging in the back. They do get like 1 or 2 shots off. The Marines are moving forward, but we see that nice prism micro from Zozo too, allowing the Stalkers to actually trade better than we'd expect.
Terrible for GPT. The tanks not being involved, the Marines dying to Stalkers. You needed that giant Marine count to deal with the Tempests. And the Stalkers do finally go down, but there's not many Marines left, and they're not actually stimming to jump on the Tempest either.
Okay,
Let's get a bunch of
stim
probes,
from the
which is
bio.
something.
More Stalkers are being produced by Zozo, though. And yeah, 4 Tempest are out, and GPT, I think, just won't get them.
Those Marines had to be used for the Tempest. He needed the tanks to shoot the Stalkers and lose very little Marines during that time. Instead, he's going to trade his entire army to kill the third base of GPT. And the Tempest count did not get reset at all. Not even one falling.
Yeah, there is a world in which, like, if they bypassed each other and it went into a base race, I think GPT could have potentially done well, but now, yeah, it's just feeding its tanks into the Tempest. There is 29 Marines out. They're probably even heading towards 2-2 at this point, but yeah, the Tempest are just so high in number at this point that they're able to kill the Marines very quickly. Zozo's Stalker production has also been nice, having another 7 out, just the nice retreat micro, and GPT will kind of just break itself trying to attack into Zozo.
Yeah, and losing that third base didn't hurt Zozo at all. He still has +1 base on GPT, and most importantly, the Tempest count did not get reset. So I think that's it. That was the push that GPT needed. He had like 40 plus Marines. He had the Tempest out in the open. He just needed to, not fight Stalkers with the Marines. Find a way to get the tanks involved in the fight, so there's Marines left over to deal with that. Doesn't look like Vikings are on the recipe either for GPT. Just a bunch of medevacs, which can be good. This might be a good attack, so the tanks might be involved. Let's see if those Marines can actually get on top of those Tempests or not.
Yeah, they're
I'd
trying.
love to see us stim forward.
And then there's the retreat, which is not great against Tempest. Yeah, a bit of a tough draw for GPT. Like, it got worker rushed when it was going for its best build that would have potentially just killed the Tempest build of Zozo.
Yeah.
And then it macroed against the Tempest, which is not a winning strategy.
At least Zozo let GPT do his thing. It would have
Yeah.
sucked if he just got pro brushed 2 games in a row, so GPT tried. Put out his best effort. And that's gonna be it. GG.
GG, guys. There we go. One sec. And we have our round of 8 set. Well, not quite set yet, but one sec.
We need to see the bunnies first, right?
Yep,
Or...
we do that. Yeah, we have some bunnies coming up for you guys. So this draw is slightly complex. So let me just show you the numbers first. So show the results. It was 2-1 win for Avocados, a 2-1 for Sharpened Edge, and a 2-0 win for Zozo, which means our draw is as follows. Number 1 will be Eris, and number 2 -0. So the first thing we'll do is draw those 2 bots into the top and bottom half of the draw. I will grab my bunnies. They are down here. After that, we will draw the 1 and 2 bots against against -0 and Eris. So, and then the rest of them will be drawn into the bracket as it comes. So I will just remove my bunnies from my tin to start with. So yes, so number 1 and 2 going in, and I will probably have to de-blur my screen so you can see how messy everything is behind me, but that's okay. Alright, so we have number 1 and 2 in the tin. So in the top half of the draw will be, let's have a look, number 1, that is Eris, right at the top of the draw, and that means at the bottom of the draw will be number 2, -0. Okay. Oh, wait, did I still have the blur on for that? Sorry. So you might not have seen that properly, but trust me. So next to face them, we have numbers 6, 7, and 8. So let me just show you those again. So 6, 7, 8 will be Sharpened Edge, Zozo, and Avocados. So there goes number 7. Oh, sorry, I will shove that back on that one. So yes, we have number 7, number 6, and number 8 going into 13. So the connection is cutting out slightly there. So first off, to face Eris in the top half of the draw, it is number 7, which will be Sharpened Edge.
Okay.
Well, that's going to be a fun one. And to face up against -0 in the bottom half, it will be number 6. And that is Avocados.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's going to be a fun one as well. So now we stick our other 3 bunnies in the tin, which is number 4, 5, and number 3. So there we go, and I'll just show you the draw again. So that is Benbot, Tier, and Anibot, and they will be joined in that draw by Zozo. So the first quarterfinal in the top half of the draw, it will be number 8, Zozo.
Top half is the Eris side of the.
Yes, the Eris side.
Okay.
Eris and Sharpened Edge. And to face up against Zozo in the first quarterfinal will be number 5. And that is Tier. Oof, that's going to be a fun one.
Okay. Yeah.
Some fun matches coming out here. And of course, that leaves our remaining quarterfinal as number 4, which is Benbot BC. And Benbot BC will face number 3 Anibot. So that's going to be
another good one.
some good quarterfinals there. So let's just go through all of our quarterfinals draws. It is Eris up against Sharpened Edge in the first quarterfinal, followed by Zozo up against Tier. And then it will be Benbot BC versus Anibot. And our final quarterfinal will be Avocados versus -0. So that's going to be fun. Ooh, Ketrok, are you trying to stream something on there for the moment? Sorry.
Yeah, I typed. I made a visual for it.
Ah,
so you can
okay.
share if you want.
Sorry, I hadn't seen that.
Oh, nice.
There we go. That's one. I was going to do one myself, but doing one on the fly is awesome. But yes, that is our bracket for the remaining of the for the remainder of the tournament. They're all best of 5 matches, and yeah, single elimination. So winning you're through, losing you're out. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see Tier on the same side as Eris. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get past Zozo, but
yeah,
Tier's good against Cheese and he's good against Eris, so that's interesting.
it's certainly going to be some fun games.
Yeah, -0's Benbot PC might have to find a way to beat -0. Not sure how possible that is.
Yeah, that's. I think
Benbot
Benbot
versus
would
Anibot
probably.
will be good too. Yeah.
It will be. Yeah, I think Benbot would probably prefer to be on Eris's side of the bracket than -0's, but it'll be exciting to see.
Avocados is a bio Terran, right?
It's
Yes.
the Marine bot.
Marine bot, yeah.
That is the weakness of -0.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, that's not even a sure thing for -0 either.
I would say that -0 does have some time to update, so possibly.
Yeah.
And Benbot BC against -0 was one we saw earlier in the tournament as well. So but they will all be given chances to update. So bot authors. So we're going to take a week off next week, and you will have up until the 23rd of February to submit updates for your bot. After that, the matches will be run, and there will be no more updates, and that's it. So it's going to be fun. All right. So quite a shortened cast today, so rather than yesterday's, but it's been a lot of fun, guys. We've had some really fun matches. Thank you very much, Ketrok and Laughing Games, for joining us. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
See you on the
thanks for
23rd.
having me. See you then.